I'm gonna make this incredibly simple for you, okay? Midnight Pacific, thetimetellershop.com. Use this code, have some fun, and I will see you there. Don't miss out. When it comes to micro brands and independent watchmakers, not all are created equal, and not all are what I would consider to be entry level. Now, let's take a look at a very impressive independent watchmaker, Monta, and their Atlas GMT. It is 12:56 p.m. Let's get down to business. With a 38.5mm diameter and a 47mm lug-to-lug, this Atlas takes up the perfect amount of real estate on the wrist while still being legible with this GMT complication. You know, sometimes if a watch is too small, things get kind of busy, things get kind of cluttered, but this Atlas still maintains some nice legibility without being overly cumbersome. And the 10.2mm case thickness assures a very slim profile on the wrist, and it actually gives this watch the ability to slide under the cuff if need be. The case and bracelet are made of 316L stainless steel, very standard. We have a flat sapphire crystal with 7 layers of AR coating on the underside. This watch has a threaded crown with a 150-meter water resistance rating. You're getting a very prim and proper 6 o'clock date window with a GMT complication. And speaking of these complications, let's talk about this movement. The Monta Caliber M23. Now, this automatic movement is not technically in-house. It's either based on a Sellita or ETA movement. And according to calibercorner.com, they have some more information on exactly which movements this caliber is based off of. So let's take a look. So I actually found some excerpts taken from Monta's own words, and this is all found again on calibercorner.com. The Monta M23 caliber is an automatic movement featuring a beat rate of 28,800 VPH, displays hours, minutes, seconds, date, and GMT. Also features hacking, so you're getting hacking and hand wind. About a 42-hour power reserve. Okay. But here's where some of the confusion may come from. The movement can be based on either an ETA caliber 28932 or a Sellita SW331. Now, reading the specs and handling this watch for a while, here's what keeps coming to mind, all right? This would be like if you took a modern Rolex Oyster Perpetual, gave it some real functional complications, and then kind of hacked apart that Rolex price tag. That's right, you do all those things, and you'd be left with a watch that's very similar to this Monta Atlas GMT. Now, saying this Atlas has a more reasonable price tag than a modern Rolex doesn't necessarily mean I'm saying this Monta Atlas is an entry-level watch. Coming in just under $2,000 at $1,950, it's still a pretty penny to pay for a watch, but what you're getting is still very reasonable for the price. Which brings us to the pros and cons. Pros. Detailing is incredible, okay? Everything feels super duper solid. Everything is sharp where it has to be. Everything's nicely polished where it has to be. I was able to see 0 imperfections. Maybe upon playback we can circle a few, but aside from just a few scuffs from this watch being worn already, yeah, the finishing is just impeccable. I love the functionality of these complications. Again, if you travel a lot or you just have family or friends in a different part of the world, having a GMT complication is great. Having a date complication is something you will probably use every day, and having that date window prim and proper at the 6 o'clock, I absolutely love it. And the final pro would be the bracelet. Even Monta isn't bashful about saying they have the most comfortable bracelet known to man, and I agree. Every link is super duper mobile. There's no grittiness, there's no binding, the clasp is nice. It's just a very well done watch, very comfortable to wear, and super duper functional. But there are some cons. The lume. The lume is not the best, it's absolutely not the worst, but I think I've been spoiled by Seiko Lumibrite. The lug-to-lug, okay? 47 millimeters If you have a 7.5-inch wrist, you can absolutely pull this watch off. However, for people with the more slender wrists, this lug-to-lug might overhang a little bit, but again, if you're fine with that, that's great. For the way I like my watches to wear, I don't like the lugs typically going over the sides of my wrist, but hey, different strokes for different folks. And the last con I would give this watch would be the movement base coming from different sources, right? Whether it be ETA or Sellita. That's caused some confusion online. I know for a fact it's caused some confusion amongst collectors. I don't think that's the biggest deal at all, but I understand that there was some confusion about that, and so I do have to add that to the cons list. So in conclusion, what's my takeaway after spending some time with this Monta Atlas? Monta is clearly a very competent watchmaker. They're offering a ton of detail, a ton of functionality, and a superbly solid build. For under $2,000, I think that's definitely something to consider. So, after officially reviewing a Monta wristwatch, I can say I'm a fan. Now, special thanks to channel member Bryson for sending me their Monta to play with for a little while. I really do appreciate it. We're gonna send this right back to you. But yeah, guys, it's very, very fun, and I'm super duper fortunate to be able to kind of sample a lot of these watches from watchmakers that, you know, some of you guys may have not heard of. And Monta is definitely not what I would consider to be one of the entry-level micro brands or independent watchmakers, but they're definitely showing us what the higher end of micro brand watchmaking can offer us. And again, something super functional, super solid, and not just a blatant homage of anything. Yeah, I'm a fan. Monta, good job. But what do you think about this watch? Please leave me a comment. Again, commenting really does help my videos in the algorithm. Again, guys, go ahead, check out theTimeTellerShop.com. You won't see anything yet because there's going to be a little teaser for the Black Friday sale. Midnight, Black Friday, be there or be square. All right, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.